Welcome back, and it's just me today. I'm going to be talking to you about the 10-4-1 rule for social media. I'm not sure if you've ever come across it before, but it's a really, really helpful way to understand how to develop and create content to share on your socials. Now, in this episode, I want to explain what it is and how you can use it. And just for your convenience, this is also a blog on my website on stomp.ie. Now, over the years, I've come across a lot of different rules, and I'm sure you've got quite a few that you've heard and used before as well. But this has always been a really helpful one for people who are just starting out, and it's also a nice one to fall back onto when you're feeling a bit overwhelmed with work, or maybe you're preparing to take some time off for annual leave, or somebody's sick or something like that. It's always a nice one to fall back onto. Now, it's meant to be used for creating content, and it's treated as a framework to give you a decent amount of structure, hopefully a bit of variety, and more importantly, consistency. Now, this 10-4-1 rule obviously creates 15 social posts. And with that, it helps you build up, with your consistency, trust, and a way to educate your audience on your offers and what you're doing and how you're doing it and how to reach you, of course. So first and foremost, the 10 top posts that you're going to be creating, so of the 10-4-1, is the helpful, interesting, and entertaining posts. So you're not selling in these. And this would be seen as your awareness posts. Then the 4 posts is highlighting your products or services in a nice, gentle way. So no direct selling here. And this would be your consideration posts. And then the 1 top post is with a very good and strong, clear call to action. And that's inviting people to buy something or attend something, or download something, or maybe join your email list, something like that. So that's your 15 posts. Now, what are you going to put into those 10 posts? Because this is where people get stuck with content creation. Well, it needs to be something that matches your values and is targeting your customer avatar. So make sure you listen to our episode talking about customer avatars. It will help you better understand how you build that and then understand what kind of content drives your audience. But it's not just driving your audience, it's connecting, becoming relatable, personable to your audience, because people tend to buy from people they know, not a brand they don't understand. So if you can create something that inspires, or has something that is shareable, something that people want to send to another Facebook group, send in Messenger, give to their friends, family, or even their boss at work. Maybe you sell products or services that would be suitable for work. So it's got to be helpful. That's the whole point of social media. It's meant to be social first. So think top tips, latest news, how-tos, anything educational, explaining how to use your product or your services, or when's the best time to apply for it. And make it as relatable and relevant to day-to-day life as possible. Be mindful that if you've created content in advance, it may not be relevant or suitable to be posting after something, nationally or locally has happened. So be mindful of what you've scheduled in advance, because it may need to be edited or even postponed to another day. Now, service providers, I think, have the hardest time doing this kind of content because it's really difficult to talk about yourself. It's really, really difficult to talk about yourself. And so maybe talking like you're doing as like a step-by-step tutorial, or breaking down regular and frequently known issues or mistakes that you've seen or heard about. That's really useful, and that is something that would be shared to other groups, friends, and family. If you're a product-based business, you're already way ahead. Trust me. And in this instance, it's You can talk about customer stories. You can talk about working with suppliers. You can talk about how your product is used. Maybe you can do a demonstration. That's really helpful. Maybe you can even say, this is where we source all of our quality items from. You can say, we try to be more sustainable. It's all locally sourced. You can highlight the businesses you work with as well. So there's lots and lots of different ways that you can make relevant content that's suitable for your audience. But the whole aim is to give something and not ask for anything in return. That is the whole aim. And if you can be consistent with this, even better. It makes you exude trustworthiness and the fact you're helpful. So let's discuss now what you're going to be doing for your consideration post, your 4 soft sell posts, if you like. And the whole point of this is it's kind of being commercial, but you're also being helpful. Happy medium. I think that's where we should lay it. Yeah, happy medium. So these posts allow you to talk about your business and your offers, but in a way that focuses on the benefits. So remember, features tell, benefits sell. So there's no real pressure, but if you keep telling people all the benefits, it kind of sells itself. So think customer reviews, testimonials, maybe some case studies. Maybe if you're a product, you can say, well, one customer used this in her room, and she used it for this and this, and then we had a chat about, you throw some casters on there. Now you can use it around the whole house. So it's lots of different ways you can make it more relevant depending on your product or service, and of course on who your best and most ideal customers are. It's also an opportunity for you to explain more detail about your products and services. So remember, benefits. You could say, well, we've got everything locally sourced, and because of that, it's also saved on the price because we don't have to pay for shipping and customs and that sort of stuff. So you can go into a bit more like storytelling in these posts and just talk about how your product or service is different to your competitors. That's another good one. You need to let people know you're running a business, but you can still be helpful. And then there's the one hard sell post, which I know everybody hates doing, where people are saying, buy now, learn more, download, join my email list, whatever it is. It has to be something with a good, clear call to action. You have to explain what the offer is. You have to tell people what to do next. So you can't just assume people know what to do. And speak to the transformation. Say, if you buy this product or the service, this is what's going to happen. If you can definitely guarantee it, of course. And also be really certain to let people know there is a time limit on it. So they need to get it in the next 24 hours to take advantage of the price. Or maybe there is a sale in your shop this week. So really do a firm time limit on it so that people realize it is actually a sale and not a suggestion. Now, the reason why this works so well is because you're then hitting the variety of people. And why people struggle is because they're not posting often enough, clear enough, or targeted enough. And with this structure, which it is, a framework, you are doing all 3. It gives your audience an idea of what your expertise is like. They begin to trust you and understand what you're doing without you explaining it in great detail every single time. It also feels less forced because I'm sure you've seen it. There are other social posts you see out there which is constantly selling all the time, kind of off-putting. But we all need to sell. And also it gets rid of decision fatigue. Now, if you've ever come across that before, it's letting people know that it's not just buying something and spending money, it's gaining something because you deserve it. I like that. I might steal that. I love thinking on my feet like that. So my suggestion to you is to, first of all, do your customer avatars, of course, then look at your content pillars, and decide from that what kind of things you're going to be putting into your 10 posts. Now, I've seen it and I've done it myself behind the scenes, customer stories, of course, any products or specials, or if you've got any community involvement. Don't be afraid to include that as well, because again, it's shareable content and kind of pulls at the heartstrings. This is not the be all and end all, but it is definitely a really valuable fallback to helping you build your content strategy and your content plan. This is for only 15 posts, but of course you can duplicate this and replicate this and keep doing it for the next 4 to 6 weeks. And make sure that as part of your planning, you're looking forward and seeing what's coming up in your schedule. So at the time of recording, we've got Valentine's Day, we've got St. Patrick's Day coming up here in Ireland. They're important, relevant dates depending on your business type. So even though you're not creating the content just yet, it can always be in your plan. So you can start creating words or videos or carousels that will suit that particular area as you're leading up to it. It's just planning, lots and lots of planning. But you know what? Doing this 10-4-1 rule won't take you days to do. Because you have this framework, this is something you can do over a period of a couple of hours, maybe over 2 to 3 days with planning. It's only taking longer when you're trying to do it whilst you're doing other things as well. Answering phone calls, responding to emails, seeing customers in your shop. It takes so much longer and it takes a huge amount more brain power to do it. So consider the 10-4-1 rule. There are others, but I personally like this one. And if you've got any questions regarding this 10-4-1 rule, you're absolutely welcome to contact me. And you can also see the blog regarding this on my website. So that's it for now. But hopefully myself and Esther will be back again with another episode next week. Have a fabulous week, and I'll speak to you soon. Well, recording on your own's hard, you know. You're just staring at yourself. I miss talking to Esther. But we still need to do these occasionally. Because, we live in different countries, you know. We're not attached at the hip. I know you think we are. But we're not. She's lovely, though. I'm sure you'd agree.